Otter Classic 2016 at Laguna Seca Recreation Area will be remembered as the first year of the electronic mountain bike race. Sponsored by Bosch and Haibikes, it is a real test of this new technology. The winner of the $5,000 first prize is the person on the pedal assist mountain bike that completes the most laps in 1 hour. With the advent of new battery technology, as well as development and overall creation of bicycles, electronic bike sales are growing rapidly. Already huge in Europe, particularly Germany and Holland, e-bikes are really just getting started in the U.S. Haibikes sponsored another event at Otter Classic as one of the world's top riders took off on a 10-week, 2,200-mile trip from Haibikes' location at Otter Classic. We'll tell you more about that event in another video. In the meantime, it's bicycles and RVers and the story of the e-bike from Haibikes.
20 minutes, we're actually going to send her off. So.
Oh, you're going to send her off right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about Suzanne, right?
Susanna Bruce.
Susanna. So tell me about, what is your name, first of all?
I'm Ken Miner, so I'm the Director of Sales for Haibike here in the U.S.
Great.
For the U.S. operations. We're a German-based company.
Right.
We're actually a 100-year-old company. We've been making bikes for 100 years.
Wow.
My CEO, Susie, she is a great-granddaughter of the original founder. So
is that right?
Really strong heritage here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was originally a German company, but are all the bikes made in Germany then?
All the bikes are engineered and designed in Germany.
Right.
We do our manufacturing and assembly in Taiwan.
How long have you been with the company?
I've been 1 year today.
1 year. So what I know about e-bikes is this: they're hot.
Yes.
It's really a growing area. Am I
Yes.
right about that?
That is exactly right. So it accounts for most of the sales right now going on in Europe, and we're seeing many of the same trends and indicators that will be growing in the U.S. as well.
Now, why is it growing so fast?
Well, it's one of the ways. There's two big obstacles to getting into cycling. One of them is, of course, the cost of the bike. The other is fitness level.
Right.
So e-bikes lets you bridge that fitness barrier, that fitness hurdle to get into the U.S. market.
Well, and also, isn't the whole concept of the battery changing drastically?
The whole battery technology, the motor technology, all of that has changed quite a bit over the years. So now you have a very smooth operating system.
And it'll go further on less charge.
That's right. So it takes about 3 hours to charge our batteries. And on our Yamaha systems, you can get anywhere, depending on your settings, depending on wind and hills,
right.
You can get anywhere from 40 to 100 miles in a single charge.
Depending on your weight, the wind, the hills, everything.
Right, exactly.
But it takes about 3 hours to charge it, and you get as much as 100 miles on those.
Exactly.
And that was 10 years ago. That wasn't even,
no,
wouldn't
it'd
even
be
think
20
like
miles maybe.
Right, gotcha. And so this bike, tell the audience out there what's going to happen now with Susanna.
So she is going to start from here in about today, and she's going to ride up to Palo Alto. Basically, she's touring all the great attractions of the western U.S. And she is going to finish in mid-June in Denver, Colorado at the e-bike expo out there. So she's going to go to Bryce Canyon, Zion, the Grand Canyon, all of our national parks. And it's really going to highlight not just what we have to offer here in the States, of course, but what you can do with an e-bike. A lot of these tours, a lot of these things seemingly are out of reach to a lot of people, but this opens up the doors to a lot of new adventures.
Out of reach as far as cost is concerned, you mean?
Out of reach as far as physical ability.
Oh, physical ability. Bicycles.
Yeah.
Now guys, 74 years old, can get on these and reasonably think they're going to make it down the road.
Right, yeah. Maybe that's not a 2,000-mile track, but of course it's, you can now get on one to go to the farmer's market if you want to.
Or go up a hill.
Go up a hill.
Now, I have a lot to learn. I've tried to get myself prepped on this before this event, but there's different kinds of e-bikes. There's pedal assist. Would you explain that to us?
Yes. So there are several different categories of e-bikes. There's also different speeds and speed ratings they have. For Haibike, we don't do any throttle actuated devices. It's all pedal assist. And what that means is, if you're not pedaling, if the bike doesn't feel you working, then it won't assist you.
Gotcha.
So our bikes basically take three inputs. They measure your speed, they measure your cadence, and they measure your torque, or the amount of work you're doing. If any one of those is missing, the motor stops helping.
Right.
So it really has to feel. So what that gives you is a chance to ride a bike, because you actually have to ride it. So
right. You're not riding a motorcycle. You're riding a bicycle.
Once you put a throttle on it, an actuator, it really changes the whole experience.
Right, but
For
people
us,
I've seen that were experiencing that are shocked at how it does help you along.
yeah, exactly. And so we have different settings on there. So it's from eco, which is really overcomes the extra weight of the bike, all the way up to turbo, if you will, so which is really fun to ride.
Right.
So they assist up to 20 miles an hour, and then they govern, and they don't assist any further. You're free to pedal them faster, but that's all up to you.
Right. That's pretty fast, 20 miles an hour anyway.
20 miles an hour. It's pretty fast, actually.
Yeah, that's about as much as you want to go.
It is.
So you have different levels of it. What kind of cost are we going to get into here for this?
So, yeah, so we start at, let's go over here and look at some of these other.
Okay.
I have real short fingers.
So one of the nice parts about Haibike is we do all terrains and all wheel sizes. So you'll see we've got skinny tire road bikes. We have pavement kind of trekking bikes.
Oh, really?
We have a fat tire
Right.
mountain bike as well. So we cover all the...
And those are all e-bikes?
Yes.
Wow.
We cover all the industry standards. And so we start out at $2,500. That's our entry-level price.
Right.
And of course we go up to $16,500.
Right. So what would you get for 2,500?
You would get, it's called our Hard 7, it's a 27.5-inch wheel, SM model. So you would get the same Yamaha motor that you get on our expensive ones. You'd get the same frame design that you get on our expensive ones. It would just be a different spec on the shop. So, you know.
So for people who ride occasionally, two or three times a week, that would be good.
That would be more than enough, for sure.
Right. And what about the lifespan of the batteries and so on? How do they die after a while?
No, we have good battery management operating systems in them now. You usually can get about 3 years out of a battery if you maintain it, which means don't store it in the cold, don't store it in the back of your car, in the window in the summer. Because the thing that hurts batteries is extreme heat and extreme cold.
Gotcha. So you can make it last for 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
You take care of it, absolutely.
And then, but if you did have to replace it, you can replace just the battery and not the whole bike?
Yeah, exactly.
So you take it into a shop and they know how to do that?
And they would purchase a new one through our supplier, either Bosch or Yamaha in our case.
Great. So if you go, yeah, I want one of these, do you go online or bike shops or how do people have access to your bikes?
So we only work through our dealer network. So you would go to our website, which would be haibikeusa.com. You can find our dealer locator, and any one of our dealers would be able to get a hold of our bikes and sell it to you.
Great. So if you're someplace 300 miles away, could you have one shipped to you maybe, or through a dealer?
Through our dealers. Some of them do. Not all of our dealers ship bikes, but some of them do.
Okay. So what haven't we talked about we should have mentioned?
Well, I think one of the things we need to talk about when it comes to e-bikes is just how we talk about it as a superhero effect. When you're on an e-bike and how it feels, you feel strong, and more importantly, it feels like you're a little kid again. It's just everyone I've seen smiles. I think one of the things we should do is just not so much show the bike, but show people smile when they come back, because it is ear to ear.
Right. So it's suddenly you're 25 again.
Suddenly you're 25 again.
I like that. I've been looking for that one, man. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate talking to you. So give us the URL again so people can...
Haibike, Haibike, USA.com. And one more thing, Haibike, Hai is actually a German word. It's shark in German, so that's where it comes from.
Shark bike is what it is. Great. Well, you're very kind. Thank you very much for telling us about this on RV Dream New Radio.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.